Okay, so basically what we're talking about when using this script is there's a few areas that are the same and a few areas that are different. Basically, all of the top things are roughly the same. The exception are the grid buttons over here. I use them for something different. The pads, completely different. The bottom line, the same, right? The bottom row buttons, the same. So most of the labeled features are there, okay? The way things work different is with respect to the pads. And in that regard, what we're looking at when we look at the pads, or what we should be looking at, is 4 banks of pads. And you see I've drawn a white line around mine, so it's easy to identify. The first 3 are the work area, okay? The last one over here, well, if I can cover that, the last one over there, that's your macro and navigation section, okay? Now, the way it works is you can quickly navigate your patterns based off their color and list location. If these were all gray, it could still switch to them, but you would just not know necessarily what's what unless you remembered its position. I tend to color mine, so it's easy. I know, for example, red means guitar. The one next to it, which is kind of a purple, is bass. My drums are in blue. My sub bass is in green. So like if I keep this consistent when I'm working on projects, it makes me more productive. Okay, so this shows you how you can navigate using these first 2. Okay, that's just in the work area. So if I press down here, it navigates to that pattern. These work in these pairs, these up-down pairs. You can actually switch to it with either button. When you switch to it, it may also switch down here to a linked channel. So these 2 rows represent channels, and they're also color coded. You can see I'm on pattern that's red, and the channel that's lit is not red. That's okay. It's just not colored red. But there is a feature here. If I wanted to pull the color from the highlighted pattern into the highlighted channel, I could hold Shift, hit that channel, and now it becomes red, so that at least it matches if that's what I want to do. So that's a feature. But I can quickly navigate, as you can see, my channels the same way I can navigate my patterns. The benefit to having the rows, the paired rows like we do, is that it separates these 2 colored bars so that you can quickly see the underline, the white mark underneath is kind of the selected marker as well. So I can quickly tell which pattern and which channel is selected by looking at this. I'm not looking at the screen right now, but I could tell you what's going on. Now, in addition, the channel keys work if they're not selected when you press it, like this red is not selected. I'm going to press it. It activates that channel. Now, once it's activated, if you press the red button again, it brings up the plugin, and my plugin's a little bit off the screen, but that's okay. You can see what I'm talking about. This also lights up a little bit brighter to let you know that it's active. And if I hit it again, it closes, but the color remains red. It's just back to kind of a dim red. If I hit the button below, pardon me. If I hit the button below, it brings up the piano roll for that channel. Right? So if I'm on this piano roll and I want to go to this other piano roll for the green channel in the same pattern, I could just click on that piano roll button now. And it's changed to that piano roll. Another thing you can do, by the way, is in a piano roll, is if you use the select button right there. You know what? It just activated let me make sure. One thing you have to make sure is FL Studio is the active window. I'm recording in OBS, so I clicked out for a second. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so I'm in the piano roll. You could see this button will scroll up and down in the piano roll. This select button, by the way, works in almost every window to some degree. And what does that mean? Well, look, if I go to, so anyway, let me finish up here. So pattern navigation, quick and easy. Channel navigation, quick and easy. Now, what if you have more than 12 patterns or more than 12 channels? Well, it's no problem. As a matter of fact, let me just demo another feature where I can hold down Alt, click on the pattern, and it creates a new pattern with that color for me right on the end there. So if I want a couple of red patterns, maybe I want some more green patterns. Whoops. If you didn't notice what it did there, and what I was trying to show off, but it did it automatically, is when you run out of 12, you can hit these two little round buttons to page up and page down. So even though I can't see my green patterns here, if I page down, now I can see them and interact with them. And the channels work the same way. So that, just wanted to point that out. Let me close the piano roll. And then let me just show you a couple of the other quick features. These top 4 buttons here in the macro area are window controls. They indicate to you which window is active, and they let you switch to that window. And the way you would know is the first button, which is empty, that's a close all and open all kind of thing. So like if you had a lot of windows open, you would hit that. It would close all the plugins and all the piano rolls and all the automations, and then bring you back to the state which you see here, which is those windows open. But the next 3 represent, this one is the channel rack. So when that one's highlighted, I know the channel rack is active. The second one is playlist. When that one is highlighted, I know the playlist is active. And again, I don't need to look at the screen. When that one is highlighted, I know the mixer is active. And then let me show you this, because this is what I wanted to demo to you, is that whatever screen is active, this select button will help you navigate. What you may not have noticed is when I clicked mixer here, it switched to mixer mode over here for me automatically. And why did it do that? The reason why is I can now use these 4 knobs directly on the mixer. It's ready to go. And I can use the select wheel to quickly navigate. Let's say I wanted to go to the master, right? And I want to control the volume. You see? Even though master is not linked to a channel, I can get to it easily. And I don't even need to look at the screen, because this little screen here is showing me all the values that I'd be interested in. Okay? So it could do that. Let's say I was in the channels, right? I'm in the channels, and I rotate this. You could see it's navigating the channels like you would expect. Easy, right? Now here's something I want to show you guys. It's a newer feature, but it's pretty amazing in my opinion. And that is, whichever one of these windows you have active, let's say I just set it back to mixer, I can hit the select button down, press it, and it maximizes for me. Press it again and it goes back to normal. Works with playlist, works with the piano roll if you had a piano roll up. Easy to get into and to use, in my opinion. The piano roll also scrolls if I didn't show you that. So that's what these top windows do, or these top buttons do. The next 4 are undo, copy, cut, paste. And they just do exactly that. Undo, copy, cut, and paste. Now, the area below, these 2 rows here, these work in a different way. What you're looking at here, and you can see how the white pads are in this inverted T or Tetris type shape. These are your arrow keys. What does that mean? That means you can arrow up, down. Well, this one doesn't move to the side because there's nothing there, or there's a bug, but that's what's going on there. Let's say I'm in the mixer and I move side to side. You'll see that it moves me one at a time. If I move up and down, it moves me four at a time. Let's say let me go back to the piano roll, right? Let me bring that up. If I hit this blue button is your menu button. Watch what'll happen. Boom. Look at that. Yeah, I can set my tool. I can navigate into any menu and do any command straight from this thing. What do you guys think about that? Is that a feature or not a feature? Right? So I could articulate, quick quantize, whatever's here. Let me just select that. These buttons, the green is enter, the red is escape. So escape would close a window like the piano roll if it was open. This blue button, or the cyan button down here, is a tab button. It tabs between windows just like the tab key on your keyboard. If I hit it, you'll see it switched from mixer to playlist. If I hit it again, it switches back. Why it doesn't tab to the channel rack or to other windows, I'm not sure. It may tab to channels though. Like let's say that channel was up, right? That flex. So if I tab, it'll include that now in the roundabout of windows. You see that? Right. And so that's what that is. So literally, you can pull up a menu. By the way, speaking of menus, let me hit my quick close to reset. Speaking of menus, check this out. Let's say I want to, I don't know, what would you might want to do? Browse the main menu? Oh, Snapdragon. What? What? Yeah, I can browse anything from the main menu, my guys. Is that not useful? I don't know. You'll have to decide that. Anyway, I haven't even shown you note mode, drum mode, or the performance stuff yet. So I don't know what to say. But in my parting note, I'm going to say you should try it. You should try it and give it a shot. If you don't need step mode anymore, or if you're okay with switching between the script that you want to use, which literally takes a couple of clicks, right? You make that choice. That's cool. But I want to let you know that this is out there and that it can help you tremendously. If you want to see me demo more features, let me know.